Here we go. This is The Herd, Hour 2, live in L.A. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we're on iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me. The first hour flew by. 15 minutes from now, Bill Raftery saw Zion play as much as anybody in college basketball. Legendary basketball announcer will be joining us. Rick Barry, Chris Haynes, all stopping by today. It's absolutely great to have you in. Joy, how are you?
I'm great.
So we flew through hour one. Tonight's the ping pong ball lottery. I will tell you, I'm going to start the hour with this. I had an NBA veteran who's very smart and connected, been around this NBA for over a decade, slide into my DMs tonight and say, Kevin Durant through New York's 100% done deal, and Kevin Durant is calling guys now. Don't have it double-sourced. Small J journalism. Have it single-sourced. But it's somebody in the NBA I have trusted for a long time. And this morning, 10 minutes before our show, he sent that to me. KD to New York. It's done. I don't necessarily think it'd be the smartest move, but it would be probably more engaging for the league and for a lot of fans, and it would be fun, and I get it, but I wouldn't do it if I was him. I think if he wins a third championship, you're staring at a fourth. Michael Jordan couldn't do that. LeBron couldn't do that. Shaq couldn't do that. Kobe couldn't do 4 in a row. I think it'd put you in it'd be a new category. It'd be a new category, but whatevs. But I thought this morning, because I'm just into this Zion Williamson kid, and I've said it before, the longer I've done this business, I like juice. I like big. I like Tiger at the Masters. That's the stuff that moves me. I've seen 1 billion games. And I saw Zion Williamson on the internet about 5 years ago, and I'm like, oh, he'll be fun. Then he goes to Duke, signs, and all the other stars in college basketball follow him. He's got a magnetism. And I watched him play, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't look like anything else in college basketball. This is Larry Johnson meets Barkley meets Magic. This is a once-in-a-generation talent. I think people that don't see how he fits in the NBA don't get it. College basketball is all clogged up in the middle. You can play zone. You can't in the NBA. And the centers are mostly European skinny guys, and he's going to barrel over them. I mean, Westbrook can score at the basket. You don't think Zion will? He's built for today's NBA. So I told this morning, we were talking on the staff about, like, people are like, you just love this guy. And I said, there's almost, who would I trade him for? And so the game is like Zion versus who?
Where you want to get started?
So let's get started. You give me the star.
Okay.
I have Zion. If I got Zion and I had to trade for him, who in the NBA currently?
All right, Zion.
Now, let me just say this. I don't buy in young NBA players. I don't. I'm for veterans. So I've never been about, I mean, I'll watch young guys.
Right.
But, I mean, Damian Lillard's been in the league now a long time. I am for veterans. By the way, outside of Andrew Luck and John Elway, I've said it forever. I would trade the number 1 pick in the NFL draft every time to just get more young players. I think in the NFL, Belichick, Andy Reid, Sean Payton. You watch Sean McVay against Belichick in the Super Bowl? Young guy got taken to class. I am for veterans, Breeze, Brady, experience. So I'm generally not into young guys coming into the league and doing anything. I think this kid's going to sell tickets, going to be fascinating, going to average 18, going to be a real plug-and-play guy in the NBA. So this is I'll never do a segment like this again. You put the stars up, and I'll guess.
Okay.
Which one would I take, Zion or the star, for the next whatever year?
Zion versus Anthony Davis.
I take Zion. First of all, I think Anthony Davis doesn't sell tickets. I think he's boring. He gets hurt. I don't think he has big leadership qualities. I think he's a really talented guy that gets you buckets, and there's value in that. I don't feel he's a leader. I don't feel he has a magnetism. I don't think other players follow him. I think Zion walks in. He's more fun. He sells more tickets. He's more powerful. And I do think players will eventually follow Zion wherever he goes.
Zion versus Giannis.
Not as easy. Giannis is young, relatable, loves the game, NBA's best rim protector. Let me get back to that one.
Okay.
Let me get back to that one.
Zion versus Kawhi Leonard.
I would take Zion. I think he's a better passer. Again, I got about 7 more years of Kawhi, who's a tremendous two-way player. But he's an odd personality. Do other players want to play with Kawhi? I have no indication of that's true. Now, LeBron does, because LeBron's getting into desperate territory with the Lakers. But I don't think there's a magnetism about his personality where guys wanted to play with Magic. They wanted to play, they want to play with Steph. Kevin Durant left a good team. I don't think there's a magnetism there where people follow him. I just think he's a great two-way player. I'd take Zion.
Closest thing to MJ. All right. Zion versus Damian Lillard.
Love Dame. Think he's great. It is a guard league. He doesn't play a ton of defense. Again, who's going to, for 15 years, change the league? Now, Dame has changed the Blazers, but he's not even changing the Western Conference. I'd go Zion.
All right. Zion versus Paul George.
A pretty easy one. Paul's a great player. I feel he's a little bit like a lesser version of Kawhi Leonard. He's had a couple major injuries. He just had a shoulder issue. He break a leg in Indiana. So I got a couple injuries that worry me. That also worries me about Zion. I always feel like Paul's like the best number 2 player in the NBA. Like, I don't necessarily want him as my guy, but like Pippen, he may be the best number 2 in the NBA. So I would take Zion over Paul George.
Zion versus Kyrie Irving.
Easy one. I think Kyrie's a little flaky. I think he has a history of getting hurt. Look at his career without LeBron James. I think he's great. I don't always see him playing with a ton of joy. I think he's kind of difficult to coach. This is an easy one. I'll take the bigger, stronger body, who I think has a magnetism that a lot of people want to play with him. I'll take Zion over Kyrie Irving. That's an easy one.
Zion versus Jimmy Butler.
Again, this is a pretty easy one for me. Jimmy's talented, but he's not as young as everybody thinks. Jimmy's got about 4 peak years left. Let's be honest about it. He was the best player for Philly in this series. He doesn't play necessarily well with others all the time. He really struggled, Minnesota and Chicago. I think he can be difficult to coach, though not impossible. I like Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler's now 31. Zion's 19. There's a lot of tread on those tires. I'm taking Zion over Jimmy Butler here.
All right, this one will be interesting. Zion versus Ben Simmons.
You know I love Ben Simmons.
You do.
And Ben Simmons can't shoot, but Zion can't hit a 3 either. And the NBA is going very much to a shooter's league, and I can make the argument Zion shoots a better 3 now than Ben Simmons. The other thing is, Ben's got an odd personality. Australia didn't put him on their national team, and he was easily their best young player. He's hard to coach. He shows a reluctance to put in the time to be a shooter. As much as I like him, I always feel there's a quirkiness about him, and I'm not a big fan of quirky. I know exactly what I get with Zion. Energy, passion, body, size, work ethic, love for the game. I'll take Zion over Ben Simmons next 15 years.
All right, this one will be interesting. Zion versus Joel Embiid.
By the way, both players, there's a concern about size and diet and body. The difference is one guy's already missed 2 years with injuries and has missed like 62% of games since he's played. I can't roll the dice on that. Now, I do think Zion's injury concerns. I had a number 2 guy at an NBA team tell me 6 weeks ago, he goes, those ligaments for Zion are not going to last 15 years in this league. Those knee ligaments, there's too much torque with Zion. First thing I do is take 15 pounds off him tomorrow because you'd still get the power and the speed at 265 that you'd get at 280 to 285. But I take Zion here because he doesn't have an injury history like Embiid.
All right, Zion versus James Harden.
Now, this, you would think, for me, I'm not into Floppy McFlopster. So everybody's like, oh, Colin hates Harden. The NBA is built for James Harden.
Right.
I mean, it is a 3-ball league, and analytically, he's the future of the NBA. Can I just pause? This is bad for radio because radio people can't watch this. So at least TV, I'm giving you some visuals here. Can I just get 5 seconds? I just got to think about this.
5 seconds?
I got to think about this.
All right, 5 seconds.
Harden. I just changed my mind.
You changed your mind.
I think the NBA going forward, I get more guarantees with Harden. I'm going to take Harden.
Okay. Zion versus Steph Curry.
But I'll tell you, Harden, start playing defense. Okay. What's next?
Zion versus Steph Curry.
Oh, God, I love Steph. You know what? This is brutal.
I think this is obvious. Oh, you got to go with Steph.
He is small. He gets hurt. But you know what? And by the way, he's already been in the league like 7 years. This body's not getting better.
Oh.
Okay, time out. Can I have 5 more seconds here?
You can have 5 more seconds.
Okay, I'll take Steph.
Okay, good choice.
Okay, that was hard, though. Zion.
No, Zion, you're building for the future.
Okay,
but,
okay, all right.
All right. Zion versus Kevin Durant.
Easiest one so far, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
He's best player in the world. Now, I'm only going to get... He's been hurt, too. I only get 4 years of Kevin Durant's prime, but you're talking about the best basketball player. You're talking about... with his shooting ability, I could have 7 more years of Kevin, 4 prime, and 3 where he's still effective as hell. And I also think he's a personality. I think there is something about Kevin Durant's personality. I like him. I'm fascinated by Kevin Durant. So if I'm fascinated by him, I think players are. And I also think Kevin, because he watched the Warriors recruit him, I think he'll be a willing recruiter with other players. Yeah. He watched what Steph did, and Kevin's smart. Kevin's like, that recruiting thing works. Westbrook wouldn't recruit. Steph did, and Kevin was rewarded by Steph's recruiting. So, and I was told this morning that Steph's already getting on the phone with guys, so this is the easiest one, Durant over Zion.
All right. Zion Williamson or LeBron James?
Now, first of all, I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this. LeBron's in year what?
You're going to get pushback.
LeBron is not only in year 16 off an injury, LeBron's moved into a different stage in his life. His kids matter. His business matters. He's not... He's somewhat distracted. I would take Zion. You think I'm nuts, don't you? I'm 16 years in.
So you can make an argument for it.
You know he's not in his... LeBron's going to be great next year, but he's not in his athletic prime anymore. Even LeBron would tell you that he can't play... He gave up playing defense last year. He just stopped. He stopped playing defense last year.
Yeah. His game changed a little bit last year. It's pretty obvious.
I feel like... With LeBron, I feel like... this is difficult. What else we got?
Well, you needed some more time on Giannis, so... We will end with asking you again, Zion or Giannis.
Just one more time. I need 5 seconds.
Okay. MVP.
I'll go Giannis.
Good choice.
Okay, so in review, I took Giannis, KD, Steph,
and James Harden.
And Harden. God, you know what? I am starting to have buyer's remorse on the Harden thing.
Yeah, I thought that was a strange choice.
Come on, could I have a show of hands on that? Did I butcher it? What would you do?
I'm going with Zion over Harden just because I think we've seen enough of Harden at his highest level. They haven't been able to capitalize and win. So he's fun. He's a superstar. He's going to sell tickets and
he's
going to
give me 30 a game for the next 6 years. 30 a game.
Any rings?
He doesn't get hurt. He gets tired. I get tired. Well, I don't get hurt either.
We all get tired.
He gets tired. I can't kill a guy for getting tired. I'm exhausted by hour 3.
I think you should stick to your convictions. Okay. I would go with Zion, personally.
All right, let's do a double green. I'm gonna go with James. I have a feeling this is gonna end up on Old Takes Exposed. No, I'm not going Zion. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna do. We can do 2. This is the hardest one for me. You could go back and forth on this. You could go green, 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 because this one's a tough one for me.
We do strong opinions around here. You got to have a choice.
Yeah, I'm all over the map on that. Okay, there we go. I got Bill Raftery coming up next. I love him. That's around the corner. Nothing compares to Butcher Box when you're talking about the best high-quality meat conveniently delivered right to your door. They work with the best farms, and this is why I like it. Okay, committed to raising animals humanely, ethical process, better tasting, more densely packed protein. You get the grass-fed and grass-finished beef, free-range organic chicken, wild-caught sockeye salmon from Bristol Bay, Alaska. Have over 20 different cuts of meat and protein, okay? Customizable boxes, variety options. It's shipped for free. That means you order for a month at Butcher Box. You sign up, it's $6 a meal. I actually went out last night and had a meal. It was not $6 a meal. I can assure you that when you go out in town, it is not $6 a meal for a delicious pork chop. They're offering now our new members the Ultimate Barbecue Bundle plus $20 off. That comes with New York strips, baby back ribs, 2 pounds of ground beef. Get all this and 20 off your first box. You do have to go to butcherbox.com/herd and sign up. Don't miss out. Butcherbox.com/HERD. Grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, free-range organic chicken, 100% free-range heritage breed pork. It's the Herd.